Hi learners, welcome to MwalimuPLUS live classes. I'm Teacher Meshak, ready to bring to you Maths Grade 6. I know you are well prepared and you are there to start learning. Now learners, learning is very enjoyable, and when you learn, you become somebody respectful in life. For example, if you are a fisherman, when you are at the sea, maybe the sea, or maybe at a given lake, you are doing the fishing activity, you will find that you have to go for an area where you can catch very big fish, so that you can have a good sale, or maybe you can go and use at home as food. So even as learners, when we are in school, we need to do our best so that in the future we become people who have something to lay on the table. That's why we are here. So learners, I want us to go to our previous lesson. You remember that in our previous lesson, learners, we are dealing with capacity. In capacity, we are looking about multiplication and division involving liters. As you can remember, again, we talked about deciliters and also milliliters. And we were mostly dealing about multiplication. I know learners, we dealt with so many areas. We were able to know how we do multiplication, and we say that we start from the right hand side, then we come to the middle point, and last to the last part, which is the left hand side, where we deal with liters. So we have liters, milliliters and deciliters. So that was the way we spoke. And again, we talk about carrying. You are to carry and also convert the units into different units. Maybe you are doing it deciliters, you convert to milliliters, and milliliters to liters. And you are able to see how that was possible. So learners, I gave you an assignment. I want us to go through that assignment to see if you are able to do it properly, because that's what we are supposed to do, so that we see if we are making a step forward. So learners, our question number 1 was as follows. You are to work out the following. So we had the liters, we had the deciliters, and we had the milliliters or ml. So we had 8 liters, we had 2 dl and 6 ml. You were to multiply by 3. So learners, what are we supposed to do? Good. First of all, we start multiplying the milliliters or ml side. That's on our right hand side. So we deal with the ml first. Then after getting the answer, we proceed on to the L, then lastly we finish with the L side. So learners, if we multiply 6 by 3, what do we get? Well, the way you have said, when we multiply 6 by 3 will give us 18. So what do? We record 18 in ML side. Then we proceed again to the L side, whereby we have 3 multiplied by 2. 3 times 2, what do we get, learners? That will give us 6. Since 6 is not more than 10, we are not going to convert that one into liters. So we write a 6 in the L side. Then again, learners, we proceed ahead to L, that's liters, that's 8 times 3. Learners, what we get, we multiply 8 times 3. Well done. We multiply 8 by 3, we give us 24. What do? Therefore, we record 24 in our L side, that's liter side. Do we have anything to do again? Nothing is left. So what do? That's our final answer. So our answer will be 24 liters, 6 dl, and 18 ml. Okay, you're so happy. I know you got it right. Good. So I'm seeing everyone got that one right. It was not so much complicated because there was no part that involved us to convert into a given unit. So our answer remains to be 24L, 6DL, and 18 ml. That's what we did. So that's well done. Let us proceed on to assignment number 2, or question number 2. In question number 2, again, we had 7 liters, 3 deciliters, and 15 ml. You have to multiply by 4. The first step is always we start multiplying the ml side, or the units in ml first, then we go to the L, then we finish with the L, or that's liters. So learners, if you multiply 15 by 4, what do you get? We multiply 15 by 4, what do you get? Or you can also say that you take 4, you multiply by 5. Then again you multiply 4 by 1. What do you get? Good learners, you agree with me that if you multiply 15 by 4, you will get 60 ml. Or that will give you 60 ml, or you get 60 ml. So you can multiply digit by digit, or you can just take 15, you multiply together by 4, you will get 60. So what do we do, learners? We have gotten 60. Good. We got 60 in ml side. Since 60 is not more than 100, we are not going to convert it into DL. So we write 60 in that side. Then learners, we proceed again to DL, whereby we have 3 multiplied by 4, or 4 times 3. Learners, if you multiply 13, we multiply 13 DL by 4 to get what? We are going to multiply 4 by 3. That's going to give us what? Because we have to multiply 3 by 4. So you multiply 3 by 4, what do we get, learners? If you multiply 3 by 4, will give us 12. That's good. Will give us 12. Now, what do we do with 12, learners? Well, so what we do, first of all, we're going to convert 12 DL to liters. That will give us 1 liter and 2 DL. Therefore, we are supposed to record 2 in the L side, then we carry or regroup 1 to L liters. So we carry 1 forward to the liter side. So now we have done away with DL and ML. Now we are remaining with the liters. So learners, again we proceed on because the journey is not yet over. We proceed again to the last part, that is multiplying liters by 4. Now learners, we have 4 times 7. We have 4 times 7. Learners, if you multiply 7 liters by 4, what do we get? Nice. That will give us 28. That will give us 28. And remember, we are not going to write 28 because we carried 1 liter when we converted that DL to liters. It gave us 1 liter. So we are going again to add 1 to 28. That's why we have recorded 1 on top of 7 in a different color to remind us that we have 1 liter that we carry from the other side. So we are going to add. So we are going to add 1 liter carried to get 29. Why? Because we have 28. If we multiply 7 by 4, we give us 28. Then we add 28 plus 1 to give us 29. So we'll got 29 in the L side or liter side. And that is the final journey. Now we are done, or we have come to an end of that journey now. So our answer we read as follows, learners. The answer will be 29 liters, 2 deciliters, and 60 ml. Well, good. I'm seeing people are raising their answer, which means they have done it quite well. That's how it was done. If those who got it right, give yourself a nice tick. Well done and bravo for a well done job. And maybe if you got maybe some slight mistake, don't get maybe tired of the journey. There's room for improvement. I know some of us multiplied 7 by 4 and they forgot that they carried 1, so they wrote 28. Remember, the one you carry, you have to write on top there, so that when you are doing addition, you have to involve that one to get the final answer. So learners, that's how it was done, and I'm happy for you for the well done job. Keep it up in our next part or the next lesson. So learners, today we are going to learn still about capacity, and today we are going to deal with something else. Remember, we are doing with the division, with multiplication. Now today we are going to deal with division. Still, we are going to about part of multiplication and division involving liters, milliliters, and deciliters. And today we are dealing with division. We started with the addition, we went to subtraction, and we did multiplication. Now we are in division. So, learners, when we are dealing with division, there are some of the things that you need to know. As we are dealing with the multiplication and other things, you find that we are starting from the right hand side toward the left hand side. But in division, things are different. We are going to start dividing from the left hand side toward the right hand side. The movement now will change from right to left. Now it will now become opposite from left to right, following the sign of division. So we are going to divide litres first of all. We get the answer. Then the remainder we convert it into deciliter. Then we again divide, and if we get a remainder again, we convert that remainder into milliliter. Then we finish our division in that pattern. So learners, let us see how we do this. For instance, we have 4 divided by 22 liters by 5 dl and 20 ml. What do we do? Yes, here are the steps that we need to follow. Step number 1, learners. Step number 1. Divide liters. Divide liters. So learners, here we are going to divide liters first of all, as I said earlier. So we are going to deal with the liters. So when we deal with the liters, we have 22 liters. So divide 22 liters by 4. By 4, because the 4 is the number that is outside the division sign. So when we divide 22 by 4, what do we get, learners? Good. We found that we'll get 5 liters, and when we write 5 on top there, we are going to get 5 times 4 to give us 20. When we subtract 20 from 22, what do we get? Good. We are going to get 2 as a remainder. 2 is our remainder. What do? We are going to convert 2 into dl. That means we are going to multiply 2 by 10. So when we convert it to 2L into dl, we are going to get 20 dl. So we are going to convert that one into dl. So that 2 is converted to dl to give us 20 dl. Why? Because we have multiplied by 10 to give us 20. So learners, we have done with part 1. Now we are going to part 2, that is dl. What do? The same process, learners. We are going to multiply, not multiply, we are going to divide again. So since we have converted 2 dl to give us 20, 2 liters to give us 20 dl, we are going to add 20 plus 5. We are going to add 20 plus 5. If you add 20 plus 5, learners, that will give us, well, that will give us 25. Remember, 25 is not the answer. We are going to again to divide 25 by 4. So divide 25 by 4 to give us what? When you divide that one, we get 6 dl, and we write 6 on top of dl, or maybe on top of 5 on the side of dl. Then after doing so, we are going to multiply 6 by 4, or 4 times 6. Learners, if you multiply 4 by 6, what do you get? Good, that will give us 24. So what do we do with 24? We are going to subtract 24 from 25. And we do that simple subtraction. What do we get, learners? Good, that will give us 1. 25 minus 4 will give us 1 as the remainder. 1 is the remainder. So we have 1 dl as the remainder. And remember, we still have the ml, 20 ml. What do? We are going to convert 1 dl to ml. What do? It's very simple. When we are converting 1 dl into ml, we are going. We know that 1 ml is equal 1 dl is equal to 1 ml. So we are going to multiply 1 times 100. 1 times 100. Then that will give us what? That will give us 100, because a number multiplied by 1 give us that same number. So we have 100 with us, and we have 20 ml with us. What do? Learners, we are going to add. We are going to add 100 to 20 ml. That will give us 120. 120 as the answer. And remember, we have not done division. So we have 120 divided by 4. Divided by 4. Learners, if you divide 120 by 4, what do you get? Well, that will give us 30. So 30 is the answer which we get when we divide 120 by 4. So what do? We have 30 on top, and we multiply 30 by 4. If you multiply 30 by 4, what do we get, learners? Good. That will give us a 120. We had 120 below 120. Then we do what's known as subtraction. So we are going to subtract 120 from 120. That will give us, good, we are shouting 0. Nice, it is 0. So learners, that's how it's done, and the story is over. So our answer here now is 5 liters, 6 dl, and 30 ml. Let us proceed on to the other part. Example number 1. Here we are going to divide 9 by 7 liters. We are going to divide 9 liters by 7, 4 dl by 7, and 64 ml by 7. What do? The same process. When dividing liters, we are going to start with dividing 9 by 7. That will give us 1. We record 1 on top of 9, then we subtract 7, because 7 times 1 is 7. When we subtract, we give us 2. We are going to convert 2 into dl. That means we are going to multiply 2 by 10 to give us, good, to give us 20. Now, when you get 20 and we have 4 dl, what do? We are going to add 4 plus 20. We add 4 plus 20 will give us, yes, as you can see, learners, on your screen there, it is 24. What do we do next again, learners? Good, we are going to divide 24 by 7. 24 divided by 7. That will give us, good. When we divide that one, we find that when we do the division, we are going to get 3. Because 7 times 3 will give us 21. So when doing our division, we find that 7 goes 24 3 times, giving us 21. We record 3 on top and 21 below 24, and we do what's known as subtraction. So learners, if you subtract 21 from 24, that will give you 3. Good. So we have gotten 3. So we record 3 below there. Then what else? We are going to convert 3 into ml. That means that when we convert 3 dl into ml, we get 300. Why? Because we multiply 3 by 100. So that will give us 300. Then we add 300 by 64. Good. Because they are the same unit, we add, then that will give us 364. The year says so that 364 ml. Now what do we do after that one, learners? We proceed on again, whereby we are going to divide 364 by 7. If you divide 364 by 7, learners, what do we get? Good. When we divide 364 ml by 7, will give us 52 ml. Will give us 52 ml. So what do? We add 52 ml or 52 on top of the ml side, then we multiply 52 by 7 to give us 364. Then we do our subtraction, which will lead us to 0, because they're the same. So we get 0, and therefore our answer will read as follows. We'll be having 1 liter, 3 deciliters, and 64 ml. That's the final division for that problem that you are dealing with. So learners, that's how we tackle problem involving division. Let us look at example number 2. The last example here also is whereby we're going to divide 364L by 6 and 70L by 6 and 60ml by 6. Again, learners, we follow the same steps that we have been using before. Now, the first step is that we are going to divide 374 liters by 6. So we ask ourselves, how many times will 6 go to 374? Then as we find that if we divide 374 ml by 6, will give us 62L. So we got 62 in the L side, or on top of liters. Then we multiply 62 by 6. That will give us, good, 372. Well, then what do? We are going to subtract 372 from 374 to give us 2, right? To give us 2. Then we convert 2 into dl. What do? When we convert 2 liters into dl, we are going to multiply 2 by 10. 2 by 10, that will give us 20. Good. That 2 times 10 will give us 20. So what do? So we have 20 on our side. Now we add 20 plus 7. So add 20 to 7 to give us what? to get 27 or to give us 27. So what do we do? Another step, we are going to divide 27 by 6. Divide 27 by 6. If we divide 27 by 6, learners, that will give us what? Well, good. That will give us 4. So we've got 4 on top and we multiply 4 by 6 to give us 24, right? Then what else? So you have said good. We are going to subtract 24 from 27 to give us 3. So we have 3dl as the remainder. What do we do with the remainder, learners? Yes, we convert 3 into ml. So when we convert 3 into ml, what do? We multiply 3 by 100. Multiply 3 by 100 to give us 300, good. So we gotten 300 and we have 60 on top. So what do? We do addition. We are going to add 60 by 300 to give us, nice, to give us 360. We are saying 360 degrees. We are not dealing with the degrees here, we are dealing with the numbers. We are coming to that one very soon. But here we have 360. So we are doing the addition. Now we ask ourselves again, we have 360 divided by 6. So how many times will 6 go to 360? Learners, we proceed again. We say that divide 360 by 6 to give us 60. So it goes there 60 times. So 60 we call on top of ml, then we multiply 60 by 6. Learners, if you multiply 60 by 6, what do you get? Ah, good. I see you are enjoying this part. Good. Because we say that if you have a number which has a 0 at the end, what you do, you just deal with the whole number. So you multiply 6 by 6 to give you 36. Then you do what? You fix in the 0 later on. So you multiply 6 by 6 to give us 36. Then we bring in the 0 to give us 360. So we have 360 minus 360 to give us 0. Good. So learners, that's the end of that story. So our answer will read as follows. The answer will be as follows. We have now 62 liters, that is 62 liters, 4 decilitres, and 60 ml or milliliters. 62 liters, 4 dl, and 60 ml as the answer. So learners, you have to know the steps. When you move to another step, you do what? You convert. The remainder, you multiply it with a given number. If you are changing liters to deciliters, you multiply by 10. If you are changing deciliters to milliliters, you multiply 100. That's what you need to do. So learners, I want to leave you with an assignment. It's very important because you need to do a lot of practice. Question number 1, work out. Work out. 17 liters, 5 deciliters, and 35 ml divided by 5. You'll give me the answer for that question. Question number 2, again work out. 7 divided by 50 liters, divided by 4 dl, and you divide by 35 ml. I know you enjoy this part as long as you follow the steps I have given you one by one. You see how this is very, very enjoyable, and you will be perfect in this area. So learners, that is it. I want to wish you all the best. I'm Teacher Meshach. Till we meet in our coming lesson, have a nice time. Bye-bye.